Hello everyone. So today we are going to read about the introduction of the CT scan and basic principle of the CT scan. So let us now move towards the basic introduction of the CT scan. So CT scan we also known as the computed tomography is basically a fusion of two technologies. The first technology is tomography and second technology is computers. So what happens is that in the first technology tomography, what happens is that the X-ray based imaging technique developed to acquire sectional image of the body. So in the tomography what happens, the sectional image of the body is acquired, and in the computers what happens, in the computers is brought into the deal with the complex mathematical algorithm and interaction in the image reconstruction. So the tomography technology helps to determine the various section of the body, and the computers generate the image utilizing those various sections. We should also know that the X-rays are discovered but CT scans are invented. The X-rays were accidentally discovered by Sir William Roentgen. We have already discussed that in previous X-rays topic, but CT scan were invented as a result of dedicated and prolonged effort to improvise the conventional tomographic techniques over the year. So Sir Godfrey Hounsfield, which is also known as the inventor of the CT scan, he was also known as the founding father of the CT technology. He was awarded the Nobel Prize in the Physics jointly with the Alain Cormac in 1979. There is also the unity scale called as the Hounsfield unit in the name of his honor. So you should know that CT scan is the fusion of two technology, tomography and computers, and you should also know that the CT scan was invented by the Godfrey Hounsfield, and the one unit is named in his honor, that is Hounsfield scale. So apart from the introduction, so let us move towards the basic principle of the CT scan. You can see here the flow chart, and you can also see here the picture of the basic principle of the CT scan. The first step is the tomographic data acquisition. I'll discuss this in detail. First, let us discuss the stepwise principle of the CT scan. So first is the tomographic data acquisition, and another is the computer processing, and another step 3 is the CT image. The basic principle of the CT scan states that the internal structure of an object can be reconstructed from the multiple projection of that object. So again I am going to tell you, the internal structure of an object can be reconstructed from the multiple projection of that object. So this is the basic principle of the CT scan. Let us move toward the step 1, that is tomographic data acquisition. You can also see in this picture, an X-ray tube at position A emits a beam that goes through the slit of the patient brain. An image is acquired on the detector. Located diametrically opposite to the point A. This image is the projection P1. You can see in this figure also. Is that there is the position A, and the opposite in the opposite end of the position A there is the P1, and there is the X-ray tube in the position A, and there is the detector in the P1. So P1 is just like the spot radiograph or routine X-ray image. Now the tube is moved to the point B along the circumference of the circle around the patient. The detector are also moved to diametrically to the opposite position. you can see in this picture that after the beam is sent from the position A, it is moved to the position B, and the detector is moved towards the P1 to P2 subsequently. The same process is repeated and the projection P2 is acquired. We should realize that P1 and P2 will appear different as they acquire from different angles of the patient. This process is repeated such as P3, P4, P5. Number of PN images are acquired. So after the acquisition, tomographic data acquisition occur, there is the step 2 process, that is computer processing. All the images are transmitted to a computer, and computer will process all these images and will construct the actual slice of the brain for the projected data. It is all done in the computer. So lastly, in the step 3, the CT image is produced. The image is showing us the internal structure of the head region. So I am again going to state the basic principle of the CT scan is that the internal structure of an object can be reconstructed from the multiple projection of the object. So this is the brief lecture about the introduction of the CT scan and basic principle of the CT scan. Thank you.